The first GTA 6 theory that is considered the least likely out of all of them in this list is the bullet holes on the vehicle in the artwork. This is in reference to the official Grand Theft Auto 6 artwork with Lucia and Jason sitting on the hood of this pickup vehicle. And upon closer analysis, as we look at the vehicle on the right hand side, we do see on the side panel there that there are these bullet holes. And there were people in the GTA 6 community at the time, this was shortly after trailer 1 dropped, with this user coming out on Twitter or X saying that some people are using the bullet holes in the car from the GTA 6 official artwork. And in Brazil, it says the next GTA 6 trailer will be in September 2024. And if you guys are unaware what Brazil is, it's a form of a written language for blind people in which characters are represented by patterns of raised dots that are felt with the fingertips. So people actually thought at the time in the GTA 6 community that they came up with this conclusion whereby connecting the dots between these bullet holes and numbers in the Brazil alphabet pointed to a second GTA 6 trailer coming out later the next year, which we come to know by now that obviously did not come to fruition. We're in early 2025 and we still haven't received a second trailer. In my personal opinion now, it's easy to say with hindsight, but I'd say that even when this was going around, this theory wasn't floating around online, I didn't believe it for a second. I just thought that it pointed to the real-life Bonnie and Clyde that got killed in a blaze of gunfire by law enforcement back in the 1900s. As you can see on the side there, there's 112 bullet holes on the side panel of that vehicle. So I'd say that Rockstar took inspiration from that and put that within this artwork. The next theory is crypto and NFTs, and I'll pass this one over to GTA Infinity to go over this one.
What is up, everybody? Thank you, Mr. Vice, for having me on. So crypto and NFTs in GTA, I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm not a fan of this whole theory, man. I am not. I think this is nothing but gurus that are into crypto trying to promote crypto so that people buy more crypto. Like, buy my crypto because it's gonna be in GTA, you know what I mean? Like, why would they do this? The companies know that crypto is basically pump and dump, except for maybe Bitcoin and some coins, but yeah, I don't think this is a good idea at all. Everybody forgot about NFTs even existing, like nobody believes in that anymore, and there's just only these crypto gurus that are talking about GTA 6 having crypto in it. It's a stupid theory in my opinion. Not gonna happen.
The next theory we have is Tommy Vercetti returning to GTA 6. Now, I know a lot of fans out there would love Tommy Vercetti to return to GTA 6 in some capacity. A beloved character from a Grand Theft Auto Vice City as the main protagonist. We played as him back in the day. However, there are a few reasons as to why Tommy Vercetti, the character himself, won't be returning in Grand Theft Auto 6. And the first reason as to why is because if you guys are unaware, or maybe you are aware, Ray Liotta, who voiced Tommy Vercetti, a famous Hollywood actor that featured in various films, one of them being a famous gangster mob movie, that being Goodfellas. And on May 22nd of 2022, we found out that Ray Liotta had unfortunately passed away. This was in Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic during the filming of Dangerous Waters, dying in his sleep. Unless they get a different voice actor for Tommy Vercetti and somehow feature him in GTA 6 in some capacity, then we definitely won't be seeing Tommy Vercetti returning. Now, the other reason as to why is because of the GTA universes. Now, some of you out there may not be familiar with the GTA lore within the Grand Theft Auto universes. Both the 3D universes, that being GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, and the HD universe, that being 4, 5, and soon to be 6, are considered not to be a part of the same universes. The reason why is because, as you can see here, the events are not considered the same exact events, as they are triggered by different reasons with a different outcome and different characters involved. So for example, Los Santos in San Andreas is not in the same universe as Los Santos in GTA 5. So they're completely separate. So that's another reason as to why we won't see Tommy Vercetti returning at all. So unfortunately, it's sad to say that we won't be seeing Tommy Vercetti, the character himself, returning at all. We won't be seeing Ray Liotta, who voiced Tommy Vercetti, reprising his role in GTA 6 at all. However, there may be a chance that we see Tommy Vercetti, the character, being referenced in Grand Theft Auto 6, and one of those reasons as to why is because about 30 seconds within trailer 1, fans discovered that there appeared to be, overlooking the water, a property that did resemble the Vercetti estate, previously referred to as the Diaz mansion, from the character Ricardo Diaz, who was the leader of his own drug cartel, who we end up killing with a chainsaw in the mission Rub Out. And as a result, we overtake his estate. So even if we don't see the character character of Tommy Vercetti returning in some capacity. At least we may see him referenced within the game. Now, the next one is the Pizza Boy number plate theory. Now, if you guys are unaware of the Pizza Boy number plate theory, it was when Rockstar came out with this post back in July of last year. The GTA Online characters now being able to deliver pizzas. And fans within the community thought that Rockstar had seemingly teased GTA 6's Trailer 2's date on the back number plate with October 4. Now, this one obviously didn't end up coming to fruition. Pretty much majority of the number plates, though, within GTA Online have featured a particular month on the back number plate with some various numbers and letters. So I'd say this one was probably a bit more of a stretch. And moving on with the next theory.
And then there was the Game Awards. Remember that one where this guy who's presenting the Game Awards gets so emotional about something that they've never done before, the greatest trailer that's gonna come out.
We do have one last very special announcement to share with you. This year, the stars align for some very magical things to happen at our anniversary show. Things that might not have ever seemed a possibility. If you truly love video games like I do, this moment is for all of us.
And they show this one trailer of Naughty Dog's new game Intergalactic, and people, I don't know if people really like that one, you know? I don't really know. I can't even talk how disappointing that was, you know what I mean? We all thought it was gonna be GTA 6, well, but in that split second that the presenter got all emotional, we all thought, like, okay, why is he almost crying? Like, and then you got the trailer that actually came out, and everybody was like, yeah, obviously, Rockstar is not gonna do anything with the Game Awards. It was one hell of a theory.
Coming up next, we have the Moon Theory. Now, the Moon Theory itself was one of the most craziest ones that we had in recent times in the community. Even TGG himself was like a crazy mad scientist with this one. But this was in relation to the GTA Online community update newswire that was posted out by Rockstar late last year. And there was this image attached to this newswire post with what seems to appear to be a GTA Online character leaning and sitting on top of the hood of this vehicle and the moon in the top left. And people thought that because of this moon was in the waning gibbous phase, this pointed to the date of Trailer 2 being November 22nd. And not only this as well, but also the way this GTA Online character was sitting on the hood of this vehicle was similar to the way Jason was leaning on the hood of the pickup vehicle in the GTA 6 official artwork. And the reason why a lot of people within the community thought that this theory was going to come to fruition was because prior to Trailer 1 dropping in late September 2023, Rockstar came out with this post. Just prior to Halloween, these two GTA Online characters were standing in front of the Vinewood sign with the V and I in Roman numerals being a 6, being clearly visible in the background in the top right. And then we found out that the next waning gibbous phase was on December 1st, which is when Trailer 1 dropped. So Rockstar have a history of teasing their fans, even if it is through various social media posts, attaching images to try and get us all amped and hyped up about what they're going to be doing next. Even if it didn't end up coming to fruition, which in this case it didn't, I actually thought that this one was probably, out of all the theories, a little bit more believable than some others. As we all know by now, Rockstar love teasing us fans, and we all have to analyze their little bits of tidbits that they come out with, even if it is not necessarily obvious. And then moving on, of course, we had the infamous
Big old 27 theory. Yeah, you know what, let's just move on.
I thought I'd just jump in here and add a little bit more context to this one. I think we all had the same feeling as what my fellow buddy GTA Infinity had, and that is we all let out one big sigh because that was a hell of a ride. One big roller coaster of emotions that us fans went through as a community. It was absolutely insane. This was the one theory out of all of them that we all thought that Rockstar was going to be coming out with something regarding GTA 6. So in my attempt to explain and go over this pretty quickly, it all started with this one Rockstar dev coming out with this post on Twitter X, and he came out with some new Rockstar Games merch which was GTA 6 themed. And as you can see down below, there is a cat inside a bag. And then soon after, we had another post from a different Rockstar dev with the exact same Rockstar Games GTA 6 themed merch. And as you can see in the background there, we see a paper bag, and then next to it, the cat outside of a bag. And then underneath the table, we see some information, some details regarding this GTA 6's developer taking a holiday to Florida. Essentially, there were numerous 27 references. The developer was taking this trip to Florida on December 27th. Not only that, he was picking up a vehicle from 27 Auto Sales, which was on the exact same road as Jason's Deli and Villa Lucia. Not only that as well, also the Waffle House, which was identified throughout the leaked footage. And there was so many other 27 references as as well that related to GTA 6 and Rockstar as a company. There were so many things pointing to this, but in my opinion, I'd say this one was an intentional tease by Rockstar, a troll by them, and they definitely got the community very good.
Time travel to the 80s, which is a really fun theory, and it could be done, but I feel like Rockstar really is the master of optimization, and I'm really on the fence about this because you're talking about creating an entire new map with entirely new NPCs that look different, entirely new cars just for a little bit of gameplay time in the 80s, right? And it makes it easier to have it like one island maybe that you're playing on, because that way you don't have to do the whole map in 80s style, and you can just make a bunch of cars that look like they're in the 80s. But man, time traveling to the 80s, man, and the whole map being different, that's just way too much time they gotta put into this, when they also could go and put their time into making a better, more detailed map as the current Vice City that we're gonna be playing in, definitely from what we see in the trailer. So I would love it, you know, but I don't think they're gonna do it because it just takes so much time. The next one is Balcony Girl is Lucia. Now everybody is divided on this. Is it Lucia or not? Well, here is my thing, right? I think it is Lucia, because if it is Lucia, that introduces a lot of great features and beautiful things and customization into Grand Theft Auto 6. I mean, think about it. If this is Lucia, you're able to dye your hair both as a guy and a girl, because we also seen the Joker, right? He dyed his hair. And not only can you dye your hair, you're gonna have to dye it multiple times because your natural hair will grow out again, right? So just like in real life, this is crazy, guys. So that's the thing. You can have lipstick on, you can have foundation on. If this is really Lucia, that's a whole bunch of features. She has like fake nails and shit. So I don't know, man, we'll see, but I am in the camp of this is definitely Lucia. So this is one of my favorite theories, the more than two protagonist theories. Now a little bit of a spoiler alert for the people who don't watch the leaks and don't want to know anything about it. So in the leaks, you saw this dude who was not Lucia and not Jason. Obviously it's not Lucia, it's a dude, and the guy looked a bit like this. So basically there is this point in the development where they try to have this mechanic where instead of turning around when you're trying to fire at somebody behind you, you just kind of move your waist and turn around that way, so your leg stays at the same point, they don't turn with you. And obviously this is a gameplay mechanic, so why is it that this black dude is the guy that the developer is playing as? Why isn't it Lucia or Jason? Why do we see him as an actual character in the leaks walking up to Jason, who's hiding behind a car in some sort of alleyway, and he just shoots at Jason like cold-blooded, which is probably because it's not really developed too much yet. But why is this the case, that this is a playable character? Is it so that every NPC has to be tested to be a playable character to kind of test in the future for online, when you have a character creator and every single like body type and every hair type has to fit and cannot glitch out because everything is separate to choose from? Is that it? Or is there a third protagonist? People say it's this guy in the trailer. I don't know, in the leaks he has a beard, and I watched the leaks recently for the first time and I was like, whoa, why does nobody talk about this? And if I remember correctly, there's also a dark-skinned female that you're playing as, and also some dummy models. So what's going on here? Are there actually two couples you play as? Bonnie and Clyde, spoiler alert again, they don't make it in the end, they get shot. In Red Dead Redemption 2, another spoiler alert, the main character of that game, Arthur Morgan, just dies because he is sick. That's his whole story arc, right? And then you continue playing as John Marston. I don't know, man. How are you gonna kill off Jason and Lucia and then have another couple like going, you know, it's kind of weird. So I don't know if this theory is correct, but yeah, that's the theory. Lucia rising to the top. So I've written down Lucia and Jason rising to the top, but I'm actually thinking it might just be Lucia, and Jason is kind of either maybe her like agent or something. Here's what I'm thinking. So she is in prison. She gets out of prison. She meets Jason, or she knows Jason, whatever. They do a small time heist, right, in that little shop right there. They drive off. And for some reason, after a couple of missions, Lucia just goes viral, right? People think she looks good or whatever. She gets like instantly 100k followers on her phone, introducing the new like social media stuff. And she gets invited to all sorts of places, including that balcony, because she's actually Lucia. And so, yeah, she rises to the top. There might be some inner conflicts within the relationship of Jason and Lucia, where Jason, you know, kind of gets left behind for a while, and that's gonna bring up some emotions. And both Lucia and Jason start meeting good people and bad people, getting into great relationships, getting into worse relationships. And yeah, that's gonna bring up the conflict until there's this big climax of whatever it's gonna be, and that's gonna be the game. I don't know. You tell me.
The next theory that we have is leaning towards the most likely to come to fruition, and that is the game starting in prison. So we know based off trailer 1 that it appears to be that Lucia is serving time at the Leonardo Department of Corrections, and we see one of the social workers, that being Stephanie, offering some sort of inmate rehabilitation. And some people have theorized that this could be the start of the game. Lucia is serving time and she has to have regular meetings with her social worker and gets let out on parole at certain times. And based off the GTA 6 official artwork, it appears to be that Lucia is wearing an ankle monitor, so we may be able to only be restricted to a certain radius, similar to the geo-locking in GTA Vice City, where you're unable to visit the other parts of the map. So let's say when she is out on parole, she has this ankle monitor where she can't go out to a certain part of the map, and let's say she is staying in an apartment or something like that, and this is where she bumps into Jason. And within this theory, this is where a lot of people have been predicting that Jason could be a potential police officer, where he's undercover, he's tasked with this job to get information out of Lucia, and then we likely see her falling in love with Jason as she gets to know Jason more and more. As time goes on, potentially maybe Jason even falls in love with Lucia as well. It's hard to say at this stage because there are a lot of unknowns, but I mean, considering the trailer, the lyrics of the song Love is a Long Road, the fact of themes of love and trust is shown within the trailer does seem to suggest that that could be the case. So the game starting in prison with Lucia and then leading on into Lucia bumping into Jason, Jason potentially being an undercover cop and going from there. I'd say that this is a likely scenario. Obviously we don't know everything at the moment, but that is pretty plausible to suggest. Coming up next is Cuba being featured within GTA 6's mainline story. It is claimed that according to an insider, Tyler McVicker, that GTA 6 will feature part of Cuba as a playable area alongside Vice City, as well as reportedly featuring a time skip at some point in the narrative. This was actually a couple years ago that this leak did come out, that Tyler McVicker on a live stream leaked this information out and claimed that this was going to be a part of GTA 6's storyline with Lucia and Jason. Now this leak came out prior to trailer 1 dropping. All we know was at the time was that it was just the September 22 leaks. And within this live stream, he is asked if he knows anything about Grand Theft Auto 6 by instantly responding saying that it's a retelling of the Bonnie and Clyde story, which he suggests means that we already know how it's potentially likely to end. He quickly rails off some things about what he knows about the game, including that it has 2 playable characters, which we know of, that being Jason and Lucia, also having a time jump of some kind, and will feature Cuba as a playable area. And then he ends off by saying, we already know how GTA 6 is going to end. Spoilers, Bonnie and Clyde back in like the 30s died in a blaze of gunfire. It's not 3 playable characters, it's 2. It takes place with a time jump, takes place in Miami, Florida, and then also part of Cuba. It's about the drug trade, it's about bank robbing. It'll be out in 2024. That last one he definitely got wrong. Obviously the game is still not out and it is 2025, but however, I do think that with the stuff that he did claim in regards to details about the story having a potential time jump, about drug trades, bank robbing, and all of that, which appears to be anyways that seems to be the case. Now the fact that Cuba may be featured as a part of GTA 6's storyline to some capacity, I'd say that that is quite a likely scenario, because I mean, if we look at the geographic location of where Vice City is situated, that being the fictional city of Miami. We can see that down south, that Cuba is situated not too far away from Miami, so it potentially featuring in Grand Theft Auto 6's storyline is, in my opinion, quite likely, similar to how Guam was featured in Red Dead Redemption 2 single player. Perhaps it could be a mission or a cutscene, something along those lines. I'd say that that is a pretty plausible thing to suggest. Now, the next and last one is the most likely theory ranked here in this video today, and that is new locations post-launch. The reason why this is the most likely is because, and I've mentioned this in so many videos, Jason Schreier, a very reputable, reliable industry insider within the games industry, came out with this article back in July of 2022 talking about Rockstar Games' culture and how it has changed, but then he also mentioned some tidbits about Grand Theft Auto 6 regarding the game. And one of the most interesting paragraphs from this article was this one right here, by him reporting that Rockstar's plan is now to continually update the game over time, adding new missions and cities on a regular basis, which the leadership hopes will lead to less crunch during the game's final months. This remains one of the most crucial bits of information that we have gotten from a very reputable insider who has been correct on numerous occasions. The most exciting thing out of all of this is that we have now learned that GTA 6 post-launch is going to be featuring multiple cities and new islands being featured as a part of the game post-launch. Perhaps maybe we don't know at the moment, but could be within GTA 6 Online. Now, just hear me out. This is my prediction for the moment, but I'm going to say that this, and I have a hunch in regards to how GTA 6 Online is going to pan out, and my 2 cents on it is that in regards to the map, we are going to be seeing a Vice City Leonida at launch, of course, and then post-launch in GTA 6 Online, seeing the fictional cities of Havana, Cuba, or fictional islands of the Bahamas does definitely make sense due to the geographic location of Vice City and Leonida. So the cool and awesome thing is that we are going to be seeing, likely anyways, based off this report from Jason Schreier, is that we aren't going to be just seeing new businesses being added into the online version, which is probably going to be the case within this next iteration of online, but also as well, new locations post-launch is going to be a treat for everyone. Because currently at the moment in GTA 5 Online, we're so used to just driving around Los Santos, Blaine County, and just the GTA 5 map as a whole. It's so monotonous, tedious, and boring because we've been so accustomed to it for over a decade now. But having these new locations post-launch is going to be a breath of fresh air for everyone to experience, and is definitely going to be something I'm going to be very much enjoying. And I'm sure you guys are also as well. But that's the end of the video, guys. Those are the GTA 6 theories ranked from least likely to most likely. Before closing out the video though, I'll pass it quickly back over to GTA Infinity for some closing words.
Thank you so much to everybody watching until the end, and thank you so much Project Vice for putting me on. Really nice dude, I gotta tell you, he's so nice, and beautiful YouTube channel. I love all the videos, and I love the background song so much. Go to the Project Vice shop to get yourself some merchandise. If you want 0.0001% discount, type in GTA Infinity as a discount code. I'm kidding, there's no discount code, but yeah, just buy something anyway. Yeah, thank you guys, bye bye.
Thank you to GTA Infinity for joining me in on this video today, and thank you for those kind words as well, very much appreciated. But now I want to pass over to you guys down in that comment section below. What do you make of these theories ranked within this video today? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I want to make sure you hear from you guys down there.